This is our award-winning fire pit oven. The world first design incorporating three things: oven down the bottom, fire pit, and grilling and cooking up top. So let's do a little unboxing. So once again, in our lovely packaging, no single-use plastics, which was really cool. And it comes in the heavy-duty wax canvas bag. So nice wax coating, keeps out the moisture. Some heavy-duty buckles. And then under the flap there is all your instructions. So if you follow them how to set it up, you'll be all good. So with this latest model, we've just tried to make a few improvements. We've reinforced the steel base, which helps a lot with those larger fires. And also the front and back panels, we've actually added a little reinforcement to them as well, just to make it a bit stronger. With all our products, we're constantly trying to improve the products for the customer, so we just keep trying to innovate and trying to improve things. So to set it up, you take your two end panels, make sure your little feet are facing out, so both of them face to the outside. Then you can take your aluminium base plate, which forms the bottom to the oven, with the front edge facing the lip facing up. That lip acts as the rails for the oven doors, which I'll show you later. Key that in like that, it'll just sit there. Next is the steel fire base plate. So it's the strongest piece of all. It's been reinforced for those big fires. You just slot it in here. With this one, the little folder that there faces down, again takes the oven doors, sits like that. Take the back panel, slot it in there. The front panel, it sits in there. So when you're sitting at the fire from here, you want to be able to read all the text. Next, we've got the two oven doors. So you got one for the front and one for the back. They just slot straight in, so that's what those little folds are for. They act as the runners for the oven door. That's it. And it comes with one oven tray and the new stainless steel grill plate. So a lot more indestructible. You can leave it on the fire, leave the flames ripping through it all night. Yeah, it's good. Great for cooking steaks. So it just slots in the back there. 3 heights, so cooking steaks or whatever on top of the grill, over the coals, over the flames, it's great. And then also comes with one oven tray. So that just slides in the front there, goes in like that, and then your oven door. And that's it, really easy setup. So as you see it here is standard, how the fire pit oven comes. There is an additional large stainless steel grill plate that we've released. Same again, it goes up the top for cooking larger steaks, multiple steaks, sausages, all that sort of thing. Also, it doubles up as a second oven tray. So it can just go straight in the oven and sort of slides in there. So great as a second oven tray. If you're cooking a steak over the fire, veggies over the fire, you want to keep them warm, take them off the coals, stick them in the oven while you're cooking something else, that works great as well. When handling or moving the fire pit, if you need to empty the coals, make sure you're always using some fireproof gloves. And on the side here, just here, there's some built-in handles, so always pick up the fire pit from there when handling it. Also, when I first designed this, I added some eyelets on the side here. So we've got some accessories coming out later on the year. There's going to be a 2-piece pole. It's going to have swing round pans, frying pan, billy holder. There'll also be a grill holder. And then there'll be a rotisserie attachment that'll come soon as well. So that's really exciting. So I'll run you through a few tips and tricks when you're using the fire pit oven. When cooking, especially, I like to use timber that's sort of about soft drink bottle size. It burns fast, it creates coals quickly, especially when doing pizzas or anything like that. So I try to keep the timber sort of small, turn it over, create the coals quickly, When you finish cooking, sure, you can throw on some bigger logs for the night, but I find during the cooking process, just try to keep them sort of small. When cooking with the oven, you can regulate the temperature in a couple ways. First is the oven door. So just by opening the front or back door, if it's getting too hot in there, you can regulate the temperature. I've cooked all sorts of things in there, from damper, potato bakes, trays of veggies, pizzas, cookies, focaccias. We've done all sorts of things over the years. The other thing is, if it does get too hot, especially if you're doing something like cookies or a bread that take a bit longer, what you can do is you can move the oven tray up to the top shelf and then put your baking dish straight down the bottom. This top oven tray just acts as a bit of a barrier from that top down heat from the steel fire plate, and then just helps with that sort of slower cooking below. Another thing when cooking, obviously if you're using the fire for multiple days or multiple fires throughout the day, you will build up a little bit of an ash bed. Especially if you're trying to cook pizzas, just try to clean the ash bed out, because what it does is it acts as an insulation layer. The steel fire plate won't get as hot, and then the oven, you'll have trouble with the oven cooking. So always just, especially if you're doing pizzas or anything in the oven, try to clean the ash bed out. Super easy to do. So just remove the front panel from the front, put your gloves on, carry it over to a tree or somewhere, and then you can just scrape all your ash out back down to your steel, put the panel back in, and then that's it. When you finish with your camping trip, obviously we've got to pack it down. Same as setting it up, just in reverse. When I'm packing it down, usually in the morning before I go, I take it all apart, lay all the pieces out on the grass, go off, pack some of the rest of the camp up, come back in 20 minutes and it's all cooled down and ready to pack away. Just make sure it is cooled down before you put it back in the bag. Just remember, always wet down your coals before you leave camp so they're completely out. You can also clean it. I don't, I just put it in the bag. If you do want to clean your fire pit oven, you can take it all apart, give it a hose off when you get home, wipe it down with some paper towel or some warm soapy water, and that's all you really need to do.